yesterday we have discussed about what is cost management. So basically, we have seen under cost management, we have four steps, and those steps are resource planning, cost estimating, cost budgeting, and cost control. Correct, right? So whenever we study cost management, we mainly uh, should remember these points, that is cost estimating, cost budgeting, monitoring, analysis, and control, right? Now we will go to what do you mean by strategic cost management. So what is the nature of strategic cost management? Now, basically, there are three questions. We are having strategic cost management under business policy. Now, what are those? Does it serve an identifiable business objective? Now, when we are talking about strategic cost management, is it important for us? Right? Because every business has some business objective, right? Why they are formed, what they want to do, and so many other things, right? So every business wants to achieve its own objective in a particular manner. Now, when we are going to follow strategic cost management, is it serving the purpose in identifiable business objective? Correct. So, like what? It facilitates strategic formulation. So whenever we are talking about strategic cost management, the cost data which is we are having regarding cost center, profit center, cost object, and cost unit, and so many other things, right? Then whatever different types of cost we feel, what are those important for managerial decision making, and so on. Whatever this cost data we are having, is it facilitating strategic formulation, right? So the as the strategic cost management helps various departments in formulating, department will have certain budget to perform their duties and achieve objective, right? So they need cost data. Like take example, sales and distribution people will require how much cost they incur for the distribution purpose, uh, how much selling cost they are incurring. Then if you talk about production people need cost data related to production activity, manufacturing activity, how much manufacturing production cost they are incurring, right? So they can formulate various strategies. If you're talking about materials management, there are various types of material. Which material we should store in a more quantity, small quantity, and so many other things related with the types of material and all. So whatever strategy you want to formulate, right? Then we got finance people. Then finance people are raising money for business. How much cost they are incurring for that? Correct. So every department, take another department like HR department. HR department is incurring costs like on training and development, and so many other things. Recruitment, like take example, like HR department, which wants to recruit, say management trainees. Now, if a company is in the say around Delhi, and if they want to take some management trainees, and they have decided to take say 50 or 100 management trainees, now they will decide where all which institutes they want to visit. MBA institutes, reputed institutes in India, like say uh, Matrix is there. So they will plan that how many students we should take. So from Delhi they have to come down to Pune for taking interview. So they'll be staying in hotels, right? They will be requiring logistic expenses. Then they will require flight expenses and so many other things. Correct. So whenever they will find out how much cost we will incur for recruiting 100 MBA people. Correct. Again, those whenever they are joining those 100 management trainees, you will be going under through training program. Now, so for the training program, again they will be incurring some cost. So whatever these type of strategies formulation various departments are doing, they need cost data. So strategic cost management answers it, right? Then assess managerial performance. Now, as we are talking about these various departments will formulate various strategies for achieving their business objective. So obviously the strategic cost management will help in assessing managerial performance because managers are answerable, correct? If a particular manager's performance is below the expectations, he will be given warnings, right? Or he will be given a pay cut, or sometimes even if his performance is very bad, correct, then he might be asked to leave the organization or he might be kicked out, correct. So whatever these managers, those who are taking various types of decisions, right, those decisions, right, they will be assessed, right, and then the company will see whether this particular managerial staff, whether how is their performance, correct. Various types of assets like take plant machineries and so on, correct. So we will try to evaluate whether this particular asset is performing according to our objective or not. If a particular asset is not performing up to the mark whatever I had predetermined, then I have to think about whether to continue to hold that particular asset or dispose it off. So we will think about all these things. So strategic cost management helps us in doing all these things. Correct. Then second question which comes about is, does the accounting idea enhance the chances of attaining the objectives? That means for the objective it is designed to serve. Correct. So whatever objectives we have decided into first stage, whatever strategies formulation and all this managerial performance, assets performance, and so on, right? Whatever this cost accounting data idea, whatever we have having, right? Is it going to help in achieving those objectives, right? If I am creating some data as a cost accountant and if it is not helping the various departments in achieving that objective, then it is of no use. So what we have to think here is whatever accounting data related with cost, right? So basically it is cost object, cost center, profit centers, then some activities and so on. Whether is this going to help various departments, the managerial staff, to achieving those objectives? Correct. So first question, is it going to identifiable business so strategic cost management helps in identifying all those business objectives, correct. Then second thing is it also enhances the chances of attaining that because it is creating the data for the various departments. So that's why the strategic cost management is nowadays is having more importance as well as strategic financial management. Does the objective whose attainment is facilitated by the accounting idea fit strategically with overall thrust of business? Right? So whatever this accounting data we are having, cost accounting data and so strategically, right, with the overall thrust of business. That means it is going to push business in achieving this objective at the rapid space, right? because everyone likes to achieve the business success objective, right? In a lesser period, whatever they are targeting, correct, right? So all these things, it's very important for the business, and so strategic cost management fits in. So, in other words, what we can say, strategic cost management. So, basically, strategic cost management is the managerial use of cost information explicitly directed at one or more of four stages of strategic management, right? You have studied strategic management at subject, right? And you have studied also four. Um, Whatever the cost information, right, whatever we are deriving, right, is it uh, uh, is it usable in that particular thing? And so as it is usable, that cost data, right, explicitly, that means even if it is as fulfilling one of the stages of strategic management, right? So we say it's basically like a strategic cost management. Like, so suppose take example like um, HR department wants to design, that is how much should be the wages, how much bonus should be given, right? Finance managers wants to go in for the mergers, acquisition, those type of decisions, and they want to formulate some strategies. Marketing people want to formulate some strategies related with uh, entering into new market or coming out of some market, or they are thinking about like toward production, whether it should be outsourced or not, whatever it is. So whatever the stages of strategic management all these departments are going to have, right? So this cost information will be explicitly directed towards these stages. So it is called strategic cost management. In simple words, I'm not discussing here the definition as such. Okay, so we should understand this. Okay, now the then sometimes what we understand is it cost reduction and cost management is same, or is there is some difference? uh, do you understand what is cost reduction? What do you understand by cost reduction? Kedar, Akshada,
Mm,
Prasad. Yes, Rajesh.
yes, sir. Cost reduction means to save the cost, means unnecessary expenses you can save.
Okay.
Means the product remains the same,
Okay.
but unnecessary expenses you can identify and you can save that expenses.
Sales. And then what's about cost management?
So cost management means, sir, you identify such cost and how you present with the management and how you align with the your end cost. That is the management. I'm on the same track, or sir what?
Okay. Okay. Right. So, if you want to find out just a simple difference between cost management and cost reduction, we have studied cost management. In simple terms, basically, let's say cost management, you will try to manage your cost within those cost parameters. Correct, Rajesh? Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, suppose take example, you have estimated that you will incur a cost to produce a product of say 100 rupees. Then whatever cost you are incurring, you will try to manage it within 100 rupees. Correct, it should not be over 100 rupees. Is it correct?
Correct, sir.
right? So that you will say as a cost management, correct? But the cost reduction, under cost reduction, what you will say, Rajesh? If your cost of
Uh,
product is 100 rupees.
Suppose in packing charges, for example, you are packing something.
Hmm.
So you identify whether two layer packing is important or one layer is enough for that particular product. So you can identify that particular thing and you can save that particular, say 1 rupee or 2 rupee. So your
Correct.
cost will be down.
Correct, correct. So in the cost reduction, basically what we are trying to do is we want to reduce the cost, correct?
Yes,
That
sir.
means from 100 rupees, can we go back to 99 rupees, 98 rupees, 95 rupees, something like that, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? So that is a cost reduction. And generally for cost reduction, as you just said, that we will require some like research and development. Is it correct?
Yes, sir. I just want to give one example, sir, here, sir.
Yeah,
I
please,
just
please,
remembering.
please go ahead.
Sir, like that dairy milk chocolate of 10 rupees.
Hmm.
Earlier, it was coming in two layers. Means upper side that normal blue color and inside the golden color paper. Now
Uh-huh.
they removed that golden color paper and now they are putting in the simple wrapper, the above paper. So if you
Uh,
remove that wrapper, you will directly find the chocolate. So they save the cost of golden paper. Means there.
hmm.
It's like that, sir.
Okay, but when earlier they were using that golden paper on the chocolate, was it necessary?
Means if we think about from company's point of view, then sir, uh,
See,
say
we should think from the product point of view. I'm talking about from product point of view. Was it necessary having that golden color paper around the chocolate under the wrapper?
no, sir, I don't think because it's right now they are giving the same quality, same product in the single wrapper.
Okay, okay. Like many other chocolates, whenever you buy, like inside they will have that golden paper or something like that. Even when we buy some simple chocolates, under the wrapper there will be some white color paper or something like that.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Right?
Yes, sir.
So there might be some purpose, but if that purpose is not served, correct?
Yes,
See,
sir.
generally what happens when you buy like that one chocolate or two chocolate in a small piece, right? It is the wrapper is not sealed or something like that. It's like just like inside there is no paper. Then that may case that in that chocolate might get melted or something like that, and it might come out of that wrapper. Correct?
Correct, sir.
Right? Now that's why they must be putting paper there. Correct. So in that case, that particular product, it is a necessity. Then you cannot cut it down. Correct. But as you rightly said, that is a bigger packet. It is already sealed, right? And what they must have done is they must have removed this golden color paper, and they must have improved the outer packaging some quality. Is it
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? So yeah, right. So what they must have done is they must have that golden paper and the outside wrapper. The cost is coming, say, 1 rupee. Correct. Now
Correct.
what they have done is, so that was the old costing for that packaging system. Okay. Now you said that they have removed that golden paper from inside. Okay. And suppose they are putting some additional layer to that outside wrapper from inside. Okay. And some like increasing the thickness of that or something like that. Okay. So the inside the chocolate will be at the like it will remain in the same shape or something like that. The texture will not go, right? So now in that case, suppose for example, if they are putting removing that golden paper and just they are having outside wrapper, correct? So this is a cost reduction. Very correct, Rajesh. Correct,
Yes, sir.
right? So yeah, and for cost reduction, it is a challenging thing for you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Under cost management, what you will do, you will have both these wrappers and you will try to maintain this cost in 1 rupee. because your standard packaging cost is 1 rupee. So you will try to maintain that cost in within that 1 rupee range. Correct. But for the
Correct.
cost reduction, you're going to think over, you're going to try new things, right? And then you will try to introduce that thing and reduce the cost. Correct. So that is the basically difference between cost reduction and cost management, right? Cost reduction will not come under cost management. Cost control comes under cost
Cost.
management. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Right. So what is cost management? It aims at maintaining the cost within established standards. Correct. So if my product cost is 100 rupees, I will try to maintain all my cost, total cost per product unit around 100 rupees. Right. So that is a cost management objective. Existing conditions. So under the existing conditions, right, I will try to achieve the lowest possible cost. That means if it is standard cost is 100 rupees, then I will try to control it in say 99 rupees, 98 rupees, without uh, changing those standards, established standards. Okay, always remember this, established standards, this word is very important. Okay, so I will try to produce a product, okay, and achieve the sale, okay, so at the lesser cost without sacrificing established standards, right? Then another important thing about cost management is uh, other, if you want to compare it, okay, we will compare one by one. Like suppose cost management aims to cost within establishing to maintain that cost, but under cost reduction it challenges the established standards and endeavors to improve on them. Correct. So like Rajesh has given a very good example, like other earlier that these chocolates were having standard packaging, uh, that is with two wrappers. Now the people who were in the packaging, they have challenged it, right, that is, can we remove the inside golden color packaging and we have only external packaging? So they're challenging established standards, right, which were going on for so many years, and then they endeavors to improve upon them. So what they have thought that just remove from the inside golden paper and just improve some external packaging, so we will save the cost on the golden paper. So they are challenging. Under cost management, you are maintaining. Correct. Then second point, seeks to achieve lowest possible cost under existing conditions, right? So you are not changing the existing conditions and you are trying to achieve lower costs. That is under cost, right? It does not recognize any condition as permanent. So they will go for research and development and they will try to challenge it. They will try to change it because they are not thinking that it is going to be permanent, right? Since a change in condition can impact the cost. So under cost reduction, as you are changing the existing condition, okay, because through going through some research and development and so on, so you, there will be some impact on cost. Correct. Their cost may get reduced or it might increase or something like that. Okay, so there is going to be impact on the cost. Then it emphasizes cost management, it emphasizes on past and present. That means in under cost management I am having a cost budget and then I am trying to control that cost, correct, in the present situation. So when I my predetermined cost is 100 rupees, that is a based on the past expense experiences, right? And then in this current financial year I am trying to maintain that cost in 100 rupees. So what we say it's a cost management. So if when you time consider the time frame, it is related with past and present. But when we are talking about cost reduction, it emphasizes present and future. It is not talking about past, right? So under cost reduction, what you are thinking, presently we are incurring such and such cost, right? And if you want to go for some cost reduction or say changes in the production, or say other types of conditions in the business, right? In the future, what will be the cost? Whether this cost will reduce or increase. If it is cost is going to reduce, obviously you will go for it without sacrificing the quality of the product. Correct. So they will think about all these things, right? Okay, sometimes some companies even go for cost reduction by sacrificing the product quality also, because they cannot survive in the market. But it can be just for a shorter period, but if you sacrifice on that, the risk more is it might damage your image in the market. So you have to be very careful. Correct. So mainly that's why most of the companies, big multinational companies and all, they have very good research and development. Correct. Because they are thinking about present and future. Correct. They're not thinking about past. Okay. uh, so like take example now, of coming out with the like technologies like 5G technology. Now even some countries are, right, in India we are having 4G technology, and India is thinking of introducing 5G in the next year. Correct. Now if this technology is introduced, how is going to affect some industries? Then how can we take the advantage of this 5G technology in our business, and can we reduce the cost? Okay, so when companies feel that we can use 5G technology and reduce the cost, so obviously they will go for it. Correct. So under cost reduction, you are emphasizing present and future. Then cost management, it is a preventive function. Correct. So cost management, what you are doing, your established standard cost is 100 rupees. So you are just trying to prevent that this product, your cost should not exceed 100 rupees. So it is a kind of prevention, because if the cost goes above 100 rupees, then it will reduce your profits. So it is a kind of preventive thing. Avoid, correct? Try to control it. Cost within 100 rupees. But when we go for cost reduction, right? Now cost reduction, what you will try to do here is, it can be termed as a corrective function, which operates even when an efficient cost control system exists. So even though efficient cost control systems are existing under cost management, correct, it is a corrective function. That means we will want to try improve, correct, those established standards, and then we want to reduce the cost. So it is a kind of corrective function. Like Rajesh was giving us example about this wrapper. So what they are doing, they are trying to correct it. Correct. Can we improve uh, the packaging of a chocolate? So this is a kind of corrective function. Cost management is a preventive function. And then cost management ends with the targets are achieved. So under cost management, when I am able to produce a product around 100 rupees, which is my established standard, then my object will sit and relax. That's okay, I am doing fine because I have managed the cost within 100 rupees. This was given to me as target cost, right? But under cost reduction, right, it is a never ending. Correct. You will not just say I am achieved. It is a continuous process, right? You will, your R&D will keep on continuing. Correct. And you will try to reduce cost more and more, right? Might be you might introduce new features to your product, and still you may have the lesser cost, not increasing that much cost. Correct. Right. So it is a never ending exercise. Okay. But cost management, when the target is achieved, it will it ends there. But under cost reduction, it will be a continuous process. Correct? You will keep on improving your cost structures and so on. Is it clear? Okay. Right. Then, which are the factors which enables the strategic cost management to implement in a successful manner in the organization in achieving the business objectives? So, the first factor which enables or which facilitates strategic cost management is top management support and sponsorship. Correct. Uh, so, whenever we are going to into some strategic cost management, right, directors, from the shareholders point of view, or if you are talking about from the company's management point of view, CEO, managing directors, the top people, top management team, right, is it going to support you? Because whenever we are going to formulate some strategies related with cost management, with uh, uh, which will be helping the various managerial decisions, you need top management support for it. And sponsorship, that means whether if you are making some mistake, whether uh, it will be covered, you will be given say confidence in doing that. Correct. So it is a support and sponsorship, right? Even the top management will give you some ideas. Correct. And those you will try to implement under various departments. So through cost management or through cost data, whatever we are creating for formulating various strategies, we require is top management support and sponsorship. Correct. In implementing strategic cost management. The next is information systems. Now, whatever this cost data which we are creating under uh, strategic cost management, we will require information systems. Correct. Because uh, for like take example, for one person it will become a very difficult to find out the cost related with so many other things. Like take example related with materials department, uh, then you're talking about say uh, production department, uh, finance department, marketing department. Correct. uh, have you studied this subject, information system management, information system? Yes. Have you studied this management information system? Right. So, uh, uh, management information system is very important. Correct. So, and you will find that all these most of the multinational companies, why they become very successful, right? Because they have very good information systems. So when you have a very good information system, the information related with cost, when we are discussing about strategic cost management, so that information will be at the say uh, at the right time. Okay. And with the right information, so you can take right decisions. And as you are taking good decisions, right decisions at right time, okay, you will be able to achieve your business objectives, right? So the information system is very important, right? When the materials department is procuring material, how it is storing, how it is dispatching material to the production, right? Then when you want to find out the cost related with that, So if the materials department keep that information in a proper manner, and then that is percolated to the various departments, it will be helpful to the production department. Take a simple example, right? So then their production policies, strategies on the basis of procurement strategies of raw material, correct? Then your marketing people, they can formulate strategies on the basis of what the production strategies are there. So when the products are ready to you, right, which types of products will, how much quantity will be there, and so on, correct? So the marketing people can plan it, use it, correct? So there are so many things. Okay, then so we need very good information systems, right? That's why we are studying MIS subject as one of the key subject in MBAs. Okay. Then identify of total cost drivers. Okay, have you heard about this cost driver concept? You must have studied this cost driver under cost accounting in the first semester. Yes, Akshada, Prasad, Kedar, or Rajesh, Sahib. Cost drivers. Have you heard about this cost drivers? Okay. Now, what we understand simply about cost driver is, okay, that is whatever action I'm going to, in simple terms, I will just tell you that. Okay. I just revise you because you must have studied this cost driver under cost accounting in the first semester. Okay. So, uh, what we'll do is we will try to understand, okay, that whenever I go for a particular action in my business, okay, particular, I say an activity, right, which incurs some cost to me, so that becomes a cost driver to me. Okay, so what we'll try to do under the strategic cost management is basically to identify total cost drivers. So I will try to find out maximum activities which incur some cost, correct? Like suppose take example, when a particular product is manufactured, okay, that manufacturing product, then it's not only just a manufacturing activity, correct? There are so many activities under that. Like suppose take just example of say manufacturing of a car or a truck. Okay, now uh, how it is produced, how generally how the vehicles are produced, what kind of uh, uh, methodology they use by producing, for producing a truck.
Sir, it's assembly line.
Very correct, very correct. Assembly line. What is that assembly line, Rajesh?
Sir, it's a type of conveyor, means where the laborers are putting the material on the chassis and side by side, it's continuously rolling.
Correct. So what you do is basically whatever the spare parts which you require to produce, and you will bring to your conveyor belt, correct, Rajesh?
Yes, sir, conveyor belt.
Right,
Yeah.
and then you will start assembling it, right? So your engine will be ready, your chassis will be ready, correct? So what you are going to do there is you're just going to assemble it. You're not going to start producing the engine there. You're going to produce start your assembly, sorry, your cabin there, right? Then say gear system, meters, whatever you require, then painting, so many other things are there. correct? So what you're going to do is you're going to uh, have the various production levels. So what you're going to do now here in the what, like take a simple example here, cost total, what will the cost drivers? Then whenever I am say producing a chassis, right, or say cabin, truck cabin, right, what kind of activities you need to do, Rajesh, there if you want to produce a truck cabin?
Sorry, sir.
If you want to produce a truck cabin, correct, how
Yes, sir.
how you will generally produce it?
Means cabin is say manufactured separately, and when truck is completed, then it will be put on the body of the truck.
Yeah, no, I am asking you that when if you want to produce this truck cabin, okay,
Okay.
how you will produce it? Truck cabin, only truck cabin.
Okay, then it starts from the seeds. It
Correct.
will be cutting in the shapes. Then glass will be procured. Then different type of seeds. Then inside interior, it will be procured differently. Then it will be assembled.
Correct. So if you just talk about say external cabin, which is of steel, what you have to
Yes,
do is you have to bring those steel sheets.
yes, sir.
Correct, Rajesh?
And you have to
Then you
cut
have to
in the
cut them, correct, very cut them in the proper shape. Then you have to bend those steel sheets, correct? Because yet it has to be angular. Correct, correct, Rajesh?
yes, sir.
Right. So you need some type of press also sometime. Correct. Then you will weld it. Correct. There's various the steel sheets. You will weld it. Correct. So welding is an activity. Correct. So you can say it is a cost driver because when I go for a welding, I am going to incur some cost. Correct. When I'm going for a press shop, right, I'm going to incur some cost. Correct. When I'm painting the cabin, right, I will be incurring some cost, right? So these will become the cost drivers. Okay, so I will try to find out these activities, right, which incurs me cost whenever I go for welding purpose, cutting purpose, pressing purpose. Way we will try to identify total cost drivers, right? Whenever goods is distributed, what types of cost I incur. Correct, like take example, loading the truck, unloading the truck, it requires you incur some cost. Yes or no, Rajesh?
Yes, sir.
Correct. So that becomes an cost driver, loading the truck, unloading the truck. Correct.
Sir, it means the driver means the main activity you are doing while
Not main
performing the
activity,
task.
any activity, Rajesh.
Okay, okay,
Correct. So any activity which will incur your cost. Correct.
okay.
So I will not just think about say producing a cabin is only a cost driver to me, right? What I will try to do under that again, I will try to find out how much cost I incur for in under the press shop. Correct. How much cost I incur under welding shop for the cabin, how much cost I incur under painting shop for the cabin. Correct.
Correct.
Right, so like that. Okay, and then on the basis of those cost drivers you will develop some cost models. We'll be studying all these types of cost models, okay, various types of models which we use to find out the cost. Okay, you cannot use the same cost model for all the methods. Is it correct? Right, like you cannot use the same cost model for assembly line, and you cannot use say the same cost model for the production and training and development. It will be different. Yes or no, Rajesh?
Yes, sir.
Correct, because you cannot use the same format.
Same logic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Correct, you cannot use the same format for training and development and with the production, right? So that is very important. 1 minute. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, someone was saying something. I think Akshada was saying something. Yes, Akshada. Okay. Right. You are having some other lectures. Okay. So we'll continue this. I think this week we don't have any other lecture. If it is there extra lecture, we'll let you know. Otherwise, we will take lectures from next week.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. But are you enjoying my lecture? Are you understanding?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. This basically subject is very interesting subject, right?
Yes, sir.
And you
Yeah,
don't
what
need,
we read, yes, sir. Whatever we read in
yeah.
the past, so it's just means implementation part. You are just means telling. What we did was is
Hmm.
say, sir, problem solve. We solved the problem. We simply
See,
arrived at the answer that time.
correct,